Yes, Marty has a story of a brilliantly simple invention that's saving lives around the world.
Today, vaccines for once fatal conditions such as polio are saving the lives of thousands around the world. However, a common fate often awaits these medicines on their far-flung journeys to the people that need them most. It's important to store vaccines within a tightly controlled temperature range, normally between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius. Any hotter or colder, and their life-preserving qualities are destroyed. Electricity isn't reliable in some parts of the world, and without reliable refrigeration, many vaccines are spoiled. A British engineer has come to the rescue with a pioneering invention. It's a fridge, but with a difference. Because while the interior of the fridge is at about 4 degrees, it's not plugged in and hasn't been for days. So how is it possible for this fridge to stay as cold as a conventional one for up to 10 days without electricity? Inventor Ian Tansley got his inspiration during a frosty walk with some friends in the Welsh mountains. Walking past a frozen lake, they started to discuss the unique physics of water.
Trying to explain to my friends why ice was sitting on the top of the lake and not sinking to the bottom. And they were saying, well, surely as things get colder, they get heavier, they get more dense, and all the ice should be at the bottom of the lake.
The reason as to why ice floats instead of sinks set him on the journey to invent his fridge. Ian's friends were partly right. As water gets colder, it does get denser and heavier as the molecules pack closer together. But remarkably, this process reverses just before it freezes. As the water is on its way to turning into ice, those molecules begin to spread out again. So it gets less dense, and that's why ice floats on top of water. So ice is lighter than liquid water because the molecules are actually more spread out. Interesting in itself, but Ian's real breakthrough was to realise that when there is ice on top of water, the water below is in a constant cycle. It rises and falls as it changes temperature, and this circulation means the water is continually cooling itself. It's similar to what happens in a normal fridge. There you have a coolant which is pumped around the pipes to absorb the heat from inside. But unlike a fridge which takes a constant input of electricity to keep it cold, this system remains cold without any extra input of electricity so long as there is a layer of ice on top. With Ian's fridge, some electricity is required to form the ice at the top in the first place. It's so well insulated that it will last for 10 days, even in the tropics. But once in place, the water will circulate on its own and keep the inside of the fridge chilled. It took Ian a year of development, but he finally got a working model in 2011. So when you got your first prototype up and running and working, how was that?
That was amazing. It took quite a long time, quite a lot of experiments to get the technology right and to understand it. But once I understood how it worked and how we could exploit that property of water, that was incredible.
But for 3 years, Ian couldn't get people excited about his idea. Until he was contacted by the Bill Gates Foundation, founded by the richest man on the planet, to cure disease in the developing world. Gates loved Ian's technology and helped him bring it to the market. Today, 4,000 of Ian's fridges are chilling vaccines in 44 countries around the globe, saving countless lives in the process. And there are plans to make a version for your home, saving you money on your electricity bill.